In your 40s, there are millions of things you feel that you're supposed to do. You may be drowning in the sea of to-do lists. You're not alone. You wish so many things, but maybe at this time of your life, you're so busy with your work, with your kids, and with your parents who are getting old. That's how you're probably feeling in your 40s. I've written many books and sold more than 9 million copies. One of the best-selling books that I wrote is 17 Things to Do in Your 40s. In the book I wrote, you have to focus on the most important things. And among all the things that you want to do, you have to separate the things you can do and you cannot do. So take 10 minutes and 20 minutes if you can, and sit down and breathe in and relax, and then write down whatever you feel like you're supposed to do, and then separate those things. And you have to really make up your mind, these are the things I will not do. I wish I had more time, and I wish if I had time, I would have done this. That is a list. And if you can just create a list like that, and you can just erase it with big X's, or just crash it and just throw it in your basket, whatever that is, it's a symbol of letting that go from your field of energy. And once you do that, you feel the most important thing is probably in the 20% of the list you have. And among the 20%, you just focus only 3 things. And then those are the most important things in your life, and maybe you may not have paid much attention to those. So what are the 3 things that you've been postponing in your life? You may have been putting off writing a book, changing your work, or just meeting a new partner. Whatever that is, it was on your mind, it was on your list, but not on the top of the list. So it was hidden, but you didn't pay much attention. You know, in your 40s, not many people live as if they're in their 40s. They think they're in their 32 or 33. The funny thing is when you hit 50s, they feel like they're 42. So this funny time difference happens. And that's why people think, I can do it later. But there may not be later in your life. One of my friends passed away in his early 40s, and he just kept on talking about his dream after he retires and all that. Never happened because he passed away suddenly with a heart attack. So in your 40s, unless you focus on what's most important, otherwise you feel like you're doing millions of things and still feel like you're not accomplishing anything because you're not doing the right thing for you. The best advice I can give you in your 40s is learn to say no. You want to be nice. I know, and I think you're a nice person, but that doesn't mean that you can say yes to everything. You know, out of 24 hours, you have to work, you have to eat, you have to sleep. How much time do you have for yourself? And if you cannot say no, your yes becomes meaningless. So try to come up with the courage to say no. That would be hard. I know, I've been there, and I'm experiencing that every day. You have to have a system set up, maybe like a criteria of some kind. And then when it doesn't meet your criteria, it will probably make it easier for you to say no. So if you're a curious person, and if you're an active and happy person, in your 40s, you feel like you want to do everything because you know that the clock is ticking. But that is the reason why I'm saying that you have to learn to say no to yourself. No to yourself so you can cook, you can play the piano, you can do all kinds of things, but you have to prioritize things. Maybe you can focus on cooking first, and then after you enjoy cooking, you can go to the next. Otherwise, your time is very limited. In my 30s and 40s, I wanted to be traveling around the world. I wanted to be a speaker. I want to be with my family and also run like a retreat center. I want to do everything. But then I sat down for hours thinking, what are the priorities? And if I mess it up, I cannot do anything. And if I just do it right, maybe in 10 years, I can do everything all right. So I focused on writing, which is one of my gifts. And then My books sold so well that attracted a lot of people, so I could do a big seminar. And after about 5 years, I could accumulate enough money, and then I could buy a center. That would be about 10 years into writing more books and doing more seminars. And after that, I could have the time, so I could start traveling around the world. So the order that I wrote the book first and became well known as a writer, and then attract people, then after 10 years, I can do everything. But if I mess up the order 10 years ago, I'd be still doing seminar for 10 people or money counseling for 5 people. And then I didn't have enough time and money to go around the world. So just come up with your priorities, what you want to do more, and then it's like a puzzle. Putting things on the right order, you'll get everything. But if you put things in the bad order, you will not get any of those that you really want to do in your life. Be careful about the priorities and start saying no. You'll have a great life. I have written so many books on what to do, what not to do in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. So if you want to learn more, please check out this video.